Hello there, this is Welsh ASMR 82. Hey, how you doing? So in today's video we're looking at the Champions League results and we're going to predict the Europa League and the Conference League first rounds as well. I found, thanks to you, thank you for your comments, that we can do the league table and the predictions together this year. It's in a slightly revised format though, so you go to more on the official Champions League app and then you go predict 6 and you just get 6 games every week to predict. I missed the first 2. I missed Juve against PSV and Milan against Liverpool. So I predicted Man City would beat Inter, although I did say that I thought Inter had a chance of getting a result, and it was 0-0, so I got 0 points for that. And I played my booster on Man City. Next one I said Borussia Dortmund would beat Club Brugge 3-1. They actually beat them 3-0, so I got 7 points for that. I wish I'd played my booster on that one. I said Leverkusen would actually only get a draw. This is after they lost their first match in like 13 months or something. So I thought that they would actually, that Feyenoord would do better at home, 1-1, but they hammered them 4-0. I was really shocked. It's not usually easy to go to Feyenoord and get a result. Maybe this is the result of Slot going to Liverpool though. I'm not sure what their new manager is like. And then the last one I said, Atletico be too strong for a very good Leipzig team. I said 2-0 and it was 2-1, so I got 5 points for that. So I didn't start off very well. Let's look at the league. So I am 40th in my own league. Well done to the top 3 there. And I will put this in the box, but basically if you look at this code and if you go to the box below, the info box, I will put that info. You can join me and you can also kick my ass week in, week out because I'm terrible. Although I did get a couple right, so I'm not too ashamed of that. Okay, so I'll come back to the Europa League in a second. We'll talk about all the results from the Champions League first. Okay, so this is of course the new format. This is the first time we ever look at a table with every team having played a match. Obviously very, very early days yet, but it does look on the surface as being quite an exciting format so far. So of course we saw Bayern hammering their opponents. They are top with a goal difference of +7 after just one match. Notably, let's imagine for a second that this is the final match day after 8 matches. What's going to happen? So the top 8 here in the green, and if you are interested, I do put this in the link in the info box below. This app is called FotMob and I love it, so it's totally free as well. So the top 8 would automatically go through to the knockout stage. 9 down to 24 would be seeded half and half, and they would go against each other, and the winner of a 2-legged match will go into the knockouts to face these 8 teams at the top. The losers do no longer go down to the Europa League. They are out of Europe altogether. And naturally 25 to 36 will also be completely out of Europe too. So if we were to finish right now, Milan would be out. We would have Barcelona, Man City, Inter, Arsenal, Paris Saint-Germain, Real Madrid in the knockouts, in the sort of playoffs, and through would be Liverpool, Aston Villa and Celtic, who had a fantastic match day. I was a bit worried about Slovan Bratislava. Would they be these dark horses? I watched them in the qualifying stages and they looked really good, but I thought, Celtic have been building momentum over the last couple of seasons in Europe to try and get a big result. They had a home game against probably one of the weakest seeded teams in the competition. They literally couldn't have had a better match to start, and they didn't miss their cue. Well done. Let's have a look at all those results then together, shall we? So Juve, under their new manager, Thiago Motta, beating PSV Eindhoven 3-1. Goals from Yildiz, the young Turk, McKennie from American Gonzalez, Nico Gonzalez is on loan from Fiorentina. Young Boys lost at home to Aston Villa, Tielemans, Ramsey and Onana with the goals. Liverpool, not easy, being that Milan I think they just beat Inter in the, technically away in San Siro in their own stadium. It's a weird situation in Italy. But they are not a bad team. I think, are they top of Scudetto? No, they're not. They are 7th actually. But they just beat Inter, who are also down in 6th. So that is not, I cannot state how difficult a result that is for Liverpool to get. Well done. The slot effect is happening. Konate, Van Dijk and Szoboszlai with the goals to cancel out an early one from Pulisic, the American. 9-2. Dinamo Zagreb, I did not see this coming because I think Dinamo are a decent team. They did get goals through Petkovic and Ogivara, but with a Kane quadruple, so a hat-trick of penalties, and another goal as well. Guerreiro, Olise with 2, Sane and Goretzka. They looked absolutely unstoppable and even had a Serge Gnabry goal ruled offside as well, so it was nearly 10. 10 in the Champions League is unbelievable. Okay, so Real Madrid beat Stuttgart, the newcomers, 3-1 with goals from you-know-who, Mbappe, Rudiger, and also from Endrick as well, the young Brazilian. Sporting beat Lille, a 10-man Lille who had Angel Gomez sent off. 2 goals, that guy again. Gyökeres cannot believe no one bought that Swede in the summer. He's in such good form, but it looks like he's benefiting from staying at the club. And De Bast as well, Zeno De Bast. And then on the second match day, because of course they're over several days now, Bologna, newcomers to this, managed to get a draw with Shakhtar Donetsk. Sparta Prague opened up really well, 3-0 win against Austria's Salzburg. Kairinen, Olatunji and Laci with the goals. That's that result that I spoke of. Celtic 5-1. It must be absolutely buzzing in Glasgow right now, half of Glasgow. Scales, Furuhashi, Engels with an own goal, Maeda and Ida with the goals to cancel out Wimmer's goal. Good result from Dortmund. I didn't think they'd have such a big result in Bruges. 3-0, 2 from the young Englishman Gittins and 1 from Girassi, who they bought because he had a fantastic season for Stuttgart last year. Man City Inter, we talked about earlier on, 0-0, and Paris Saint-Germain just beating own goal from the goalkeeper, former Tottenham goalkeeper, Gazzaniga, in the 90th minute. So how terrible. Girona, debutants in the competition. Really, that's a credible performance and result away to Paris Saint-Germain, losing in injury time. Wow. And then day 3, Leverkusen opened their account back in the Champions League after a while out. 4-0 away to Feyenoord. That is shocking. 2 from world-class Wirtz, Grimaldo and Vellenreuter, with an own goal actually. Red Star lost at home to Benfica. The very good Atakoglu and Kukcu, so 2 Turk internationals, are scoring the goals for Benfica. Atakoglu, not Koglu, sorry. Koglu, silent G. Arsenal, Atalanta, decent team. I'm not shocked that they managed to get a draw at home against Arsenal. Atletico Madrid, we spoke of getting a good result against tough Leipzig. Griezmann and Jimenez with the goals. 90th minute winner to cancel out Seshko's goal for the away side. Brilliant result for debutants Brest. Magnetti and Sima with the 2 goals against 10-man Sturm Graz of Austria. And lastly, Monaco, shock result, beating a 10-man, Eric Garcia getting sent off in the 10th minute. Barcelona, Akliush and Eleni Kena with the goals. So yeah, Monaco back in the competition for the first time in quite a few years. They reached the final back in the day. Yeah, they have got a fantastic result. So that shows actually that certain teams like Barcelona aren't going to have such a walk in the park like they used to. Man City, Arsenal dropping points, Paris Saint-Germain being pushed all the way, Milan losing. Yeah, I think it's going to be a little bit more exciting with this combination of teams against each other. Okay. Alright then, let's predict match day 2 then. Stuttgart, Sparta, Prague. That's a tricky one. I might be on the fence. I'd say a draw. Sparta Prague can get a win here, you know. How is Stuttgart doing? I pressed that button. Stuttgart. Oh, they are actually doing really well. And then Sparta Prague, excellently in their own league. They're unstoppable. I still think Sparta have got enough to get a goal, though. I think I might even say they'll get a quick early goal. And Stuttgart will have to chase. Oh my god, Arsenal against Paris Saint-Germain this early in the competition. Eek. How can you say this new format's not good? I do think the Arsenal are going to win. 2-1, I'm going to say. Particularly after that performance against Man City on the weekend. We'll talk about that in the next video. But I was so impressed by them. They are the real deal at the minute. They've gone past that stage of being too delicate on the ball and easily walked over. I think at the minute they're really tough. Even without players like Granit Xhaka there to toughen them up, I think they're still quite a tough team now. Inter against Red Star, Crvena Zvezda. I think they could win 2 or 3-0. Inter at home, playing in San Siro. Very, very good team. At the minute, I'm going to play my booster on that one. Okay, Shakhtar against Atalanta. I think a brave performance by the Ukrainians, only beaten by a very, very good Atalanta team. 1-0 to Atalanta for me. Lille against Real Madrid. I think Lille at home will be kind of tough, but in the second half, Real Madrid will work them out. People are saying 3-0, 2-0. Absolutely not. I'm going to say 1-0. And then Benfica against Atleti. Oh, that's a tough one. They're very equal. I think Atleti are slightly better. Benfica are doing well in the league as well. Atleti got 2 draws, Espanyol and Rayo Vallecano. In that case, then I'm going to go for a draw and say Benfica to score first. Oh, I forgot to say that. Okay. Okay, I'm not changing my mind. I'm going to keep the booster on Inter. There, you've got my money at the minute. What do you think? Do you think that I'm crazy? Let's move on to the Europa League then, and you can give me a comment on how you think my predictions will go, and join me. Okay, so as you can see, some games are actually starting. I'm doing this just before I go downstairs and watch the main games. So at the minute, we're half an hour into these 2 games. I think the outcomes will be that Alkmaar will get at least a point here, and I think that Porto will win. The other games, I think French Varos are a tough team, and Anderlecht are doing pretty well in their division, aren't they? Table. Oh, no, they're not. Okay, maybe it'll be a draw then. So I'm going to say draw for Anderlecht, French Varos. Dinamo Kiev against Lazio. I think Lazio are in poor form at the minute. Dinamo Kiev are pretty sure they're top of the Ukrainian league, so I'm going to say Dinamo Kiev at least a draw, maybe a win. The Danish champions Midtjylland against Hoffenheim. Tough one to call, but at home the Danish fans are really, really good, and I think they'll edge their team on maybe to a slight victory. This is the game I will be watching on the main channel tonight on the telly with my phone in the other hand, checking the scores of the other ones. Galatasaray, Turkish, against PAOK Thessaloniki, Greek. This is going to be feisty. Hoping for a good match, hoping to see Osimhen if he's ready to play with his star-studded Galatasaray team. I think the 2 things are going to happen. One of 2 things is going to happen. Galatasaray is going to win 3-0, or they're going to lose 2-1 at home, because they with their really vociferous fans, they can sometimes underestimate the opposition. And then when the opposition, if they can score a goal, the crowd just goes absolutely silent. It's really bizarre. So yeah, I think if they score first, they'll win. But if they don't, then I worry about them. And then we've got Ludogorets against Slavia Prague. Both teams are really decent, probably a draw. Man United against FC Twente. On paper, you've got to say Man United, but you just don't know. FC Twente, how are they doing in their own league at the minute? I can't remember. 4th, only lost 1 game of 6. That's not bad. I think they can get a draw against Ten Hag's men. And then Nice Real Sociedad, my second favourite match of this evening. I think they're both sort of equal in terms of their ability and their league form at the minute, and I think it'll be a draw. And then tomorrow, Fenerbahce Union Saint-Gilloise. I'll watch that early kickoff. I think Union Saint-Gilloise may surprise Fenerbahce, but Fenerbahce's squad is fantastic. You've got to say home win for Fener, but do not underestimate this team. They have come from nowhere in the last couple of years, and they are very, very good. Malmö against Rangers. Similarly, Malmö, at points I thought were going to qualify for the Champions League this year. So they are very tough at home, being that they're well into their season, and Rangers have only just started. So I think Malmö can win this one, actually. Rangers having a little bit of a stutter at the moment. Ajax Besiktas, this is a difficult one. I think Besiktas are doing are they 3rd in the league? Oh, that's the wrong table. Yeah, 3rd in the league, haven't lost a single match, whereas Ajax, on the contrary, are 9th. So I think Besiktas will go there thinking they can get a win. I think it'll probably be a draw. Braga against Maccabi. Maccabi are a very good team. Braga, however, last 2-3 years have really, really started to impress me. So I'm thinking a Braga home win. Frankfurt against Victoria Pilsen. Victoria Pilsen, the usual 3rd best in their league. Very difficult to beat them, very difficult to score goals against them. Frankfurt, how are they doing in Deutschland? They're 4th after just 4 games though, so I would say it's probably a draw or a Frankfurt win. Steaua Bucharest against RFS of Latvia, I believe. They must probably be storming their league, right? Yeah, 29 games, only lost 2. But Steaua. Interesting. Steaua down in 13th. Maybe it's a draw then. I don't see RFS getting a win. Lyon Olympiacos. Now, I've told you a couple of times that I've got a strong feeling that a Greek team is going to do well in a European competition this or next year. Lyon haven't started the league quite as well as they finished it. That's an understatement. They are in 14th after 5 games. So I'm going to be controversial and say Olympiacos win. Okay, and the next one, 2 of my favourite teams against each other. I'm devastated. Roma against Athletic Club de Bilbao. I want to draw because I don't want either team to lose, but we're in the Eternal City, and in Stadio Olimpico we need to try and win all our games. So I'm going to go for win against Athletic Club, but I'll be very, very happy if we can get a draw, because then I'm happy on both of my favourite clubs. And then one of my other favourite clubs, Tottenham, Carabao. On paper, Tottenham fans might be thinking this is a walkover. It is definitely not. Carabao, I've got something about them. They did really well in Europe last year. And yeah, I think Tottenham are stuttering. They're losing, the manager's losing the dressing room a little bit. I hope he can go on a bit of a run in the cups and prevent that from happening properly, because he's a great guy. Yeah, I have full confidence that they'll get back into their strides and start playing really good football like last year. So I'm going to say Tottenham win, but narrowly, and do not play a weakened team against Carabao. They will score goals. Okay, let's go to the predictor. So just caught it in time. I'm going to say narrow victory for Dynamo Kiev, because Lazio's form is quite poor at the moment, as you can see. Then I'm going to say Galatasaray. I said people are saying 3-0. I'm a little bit concerned. I'm going to say 2-1. But if I say Galatasaray has to score first, otherwise they're going to be shocked. Man United Twente, it's not going to be 3-0. I think it might be an edgy, like 2-1. Like they're 2-0 up, they're winning really easy, and then Twente score, and then all of a sudden it's back to the wall. And they look like headless chickens. I said 1-1 for that one, didn't I? Braga Tel Aviv, I said narrow victory to Braga, I believe. And Roma Athletic Club. People are saying 1-1, 2-1, actually, fair play. What does my heart tell me? 1-1, what does my head tell me? 2-1. And I'm not going to put my booster on that one. I'm probably going to put it on... Oh gosh, don't know who to put. Should I put it on Man United? Oh, you can't put a booster on Man United, they're so unpredictable. I'm going to put them in Braga. Come on Braga, don't let me down. Okay, now let's look at the Conference League. Okay, so with fewer matches in the Conference League, it doesn't start until next week. So we'll see Başakşehir of Turkey against Rapid Vienna. I think Başakşehir have got a good squad. They should win that match. Vitória de Guimarães against Celje of Slovenia. Vitória de Guimarães having a really good season in Portugal to continue their good season from last year. They are 5th. I think they finished 4th or 5th last year as well. So yeah, I think they're sort of emerging as best of the rest, I think is the expression you use in Football Manager. Vitória de Guimarães win. Cercle Bruges against St. Gallen. Cercle Bruges have started in Belgium really poorly. St. Gallen, let's have a look. How are they doing? 4th. I think they can at least get a draw in Belgium. Dynamo Minsk Hearts. Hearts are having a terrible time. They just suck their manager as well. And they're away. They can't go to Belarus. They're not allowed to play there, so Capital Bank Arena, where's that? I think they're playing in like, I don't know, Hungary or somewhere. It's going to be weird and tricky, and there's going to be an odd situation with fans. I worry about Hearts there. I think they might actually lose. But I hope they can get at least a draw. Astana against Bachka Topola. I think it's kind of equal. It's a difficult journey to Kazakhstan. So I think a draw. Heidenheim against Olimpia Ljubljana. Olimpia Ljubljana are a good team. I watched them, I think, last year in this competition, but I think Heidenheim are the surprise package from the Bundesliga at the minute. And they were top after 2 games, but they've dropped away. Okay. But I still think they'll have enough to beat Ljubljana. Okay, Armenians Noah against Mlada Boleslav of Czechia. Difficult place to go, away to Armenia for the Czechs. I think Noah maybe can grab a win, or at least a draw. Okay, Legia Warszawa from Poland against Real Betis. I think Real Betis were having a stinker last time I looked. 11th, it started to pick up points at least. Because on paper, obviously, they are one of the best sides in the competition. I think they'll get a draw. Legia are too good, I think, at home to lose. Molde against Larn. Larn's debut in the competition. Molde should win this. They are a good team. So no disrespect to Larn. I hope they do well, the Northern Irish team. But I think Molde have got enough about them to win. Ammonia Nicosia against Vikingur Reykjavik. Not a clue. I know very little about either of these teams. Vikingur never been in the competition before. Ammonia Nicosia, don't know much about the Cypriots. They're probably top of the league, are they? 4th in Cyprus. Okay, only 1 loss. I can't predict it. I'm going to say draw. Let me know in the comment section what you think. Borat Banja Luka against Panathinaikos. Panathinaikos to win. I think Luka, Serbian, Bosnian. Oh, okay. Panathinaikos a very, very good team though. Chelsea Gent. Gent can get a result, I think, if Chelsea don't play a very good team and they take a relaxed approach. They'll be shocked. Gent are decent. Second in the league. Yeah, I think a draw for Gent. Petro Kup against Pafos. I think I'm going to go with the Moldovans at home for a win. Copenhagen against Jagiellonia Białystok. Surely, I know they're not doing brilliantly in the league this year, but I think Copenhagen should win that. Fiorentina, TNS. Oh my god, it's going to be a bloodbath. It might be 10. I really hope it's not. TNS are on their worst streak ever. They've just lost 2 games. They're only 6th in the league, and they've lost their last 2 games. So not a good time to go into a fixture against Fiorentina in Florence. So good luck, guys. You're going to need it. I will be watching though. Lask against Djurgården. I think Lask probably too strong at home, but Djurgården probably can get a draw. Narrow win for Lask. Lugano HJK. I think Lugano will win that against the Finnish team. And lastly, Shamrock Rovers against Apoel Nicosia. I think it will be very tight. I'd love to see the Irish getting a win. Come on. Probably a draw is the most rational result though. Okay, back to the official app for the Conference League, which has been launched for the first time this year. It used to be a part of the Europa League match ones. So I'm going to say 2-0 to Vitória Guimarães. I said Başak Şehir would win, so I'm going to say 2-0 to them as well. Omonia Vikingur, I said I did not have a clue, so I'm going to put 0-0. Lugano Helsinki, I said Lugano would probably have a win. People are saying 1-1, 2-1, 2-0. I'm going to say 1-0. Fiorentina, oh god. Okay, people are saying 3, 2 and 4. I genuinely think it's going to be like 5. I've never predicted 5-0 once, ever, playing this game, but if New Saints can't even beat Bridgend, then I don't think they're going to beat Fiorentina away. And lastly, Chelsea against Gent. I said Gent would get a draw, right? Let's do 1-1. Put my money where my mouth is. Chelsea score, relax, and Gent come back. Okay, leave me a comment and let me know what you think. Am I crazy? Am I a genius? Am I somewhere in between? Let me know. Leave a like down there. Subscribe down here if this is the first time on my channel, and leave a comment. Thank you so much. Oh, and join me on Patreon if you want. Thanks so much, guys. See you soon.